This is Prince Harrison, FEB and NBC promoter and owner of Optimum Fitness and Optimum Fitness Supplements. We're here in Shrugs Gym. This is a hardcore gym that's located in Flower Mound, owned by Bob and Laura Johnson, who are the promoters of the Central Texas Showdown, as well as a new show that's coming up in 2014, December the 6th. Is that correct, Bob?
Yes, it is. Yeah, the North Texas Fitness.
This is a great facility. It's hardcore, but it's also a facility that I think that anybody would feel comfortable working out in. Would you agree with that, Bob?
Absolutely, yes.
Standing between us is a handsome young man who's 20 years old. I told him he looks like he's 16, but we just went through a workout video with him. I would encourage our audience to check out the video. The video is done, of course, here at Shrugs Gym, where we've done other videos, and Bob has always been kind enough to allow us to do videos here and photo shoots, and we plan to do a lot more. And I want him to introduce himself and give us a little history about what you've been doing, what your plans are.
So my name is Austin Neilson. I'm 20 years old, turning 21 in April. I plan to compete in my first show, Physique, within 6 to 8 months. I've been working at it for a while now. I've probably working at it for 6 months by myself. Just recently, in the past few weeks, met Bob, and he is now my trainer. So yeah, we got about 6 more months to go for me to get on stage for my first Physique show ever. Try to get there on stage looking perfect so I can place my first show. So yeah, I mean, I've been an athlete my whole life, played soccer, and recently had an injury in my senior year of high school before I graduated, and after that I basically took on weightlifting and started on my road to do Physique, so I'm excited.
Oh, great. Well, Bob is a great guy, and we've known each other longer than I care to say. Gosh, over a decade, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes, and I do have something, Prince. I'm a handsome young man also.
Well, I mean,
well, okay,
let me
drop the young part.
Well, I mean, that's just kind of obvious. I didn't want to. Sometimes you don't state the obvious, you know.
We don't have to say what we are.
We don't have to say we are, exactly. And I'm also going to compete in the Arnold, right? You know that. You knew that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's Physique.
How did you know?
I'm training.
You're training me. That's right. That's right. Gosh, the secret's out. So, but Bob is a great trainer. He's trained a lot of people. I know you trained some people that did very well in your show, the Central Texas Showdown in Waco, Texas. We were there on August 31st at the Convention Center in Waco, and several of your clients did quite well. And then I saw some of your other clients that were in some of the same clients and new clients, I think, that were in the Texas State Championships, which was just held last weekend. They did well there as well. That was promoted by our Texas State President and Chairman of Texas, Lee Thompson. A great show, and at any rate, so I think Neilson is in good hands. And
I appreciate that. Thank you.
And we look forward to seeing you on stage for the first time. We plan to be there, wherever it might be. And Bob has not.
We're looking at probably, honestly, I'm not, probably looking in May. And I was going to get with you after this. I mean, you can make the announcement now. I know you already have it. I was looking at doing Shreveport Optimum Classic, bring him in there.
A great show. I know the promoter for that show. Yes, I know that person. I know the promoter. I do. Yes, I do. And well, that's great. I think you'll enjoy it.
I'm excited. I'm very excited.
And I think that with your looks, you'll have a big fan base. People clawing at the stage. So we'll have lots of security there for you.
Oh, okay, thank you very much.
I think he's turning red. So tell me, in terms of your nutrition, has it changed very much since you started working with Bob?
Yeah, My meal plan has changed a little bit. I've always been eating healthy, but I just took it up one notch once I came here to Shrugs. He got me started on a meal plan. I've been with Herbalife for about 6 months before I met Bob, and so I'm kind of mixing in my Herbalife with the great nutrition. So yeah, like he put me on one. I'm eating every 3 hours, trying to gain a little bit of weight before I go on my first show. Stay lean all year round, basically. So and it's going good so far. Don't have any problems with cheat meals, so I'm pretty good about my nutrition and how I eat. So I'm pretty sure my first show is going to go pretty good.
Well, that is great. And what about you, Bob? What are some of the things that you're working on to get Neilson ready for this show?
Well, we changed his meal plan up, and when he told me what he was already eating pretty clean, and had a pretty good idea of what he was doing. But we changed that up, and got him on 6 meals a day. That's been his hardest thing in the carb intake, a little more carbs than we usually eat. But he's doing really well with it. Changed up his, like most people, when you bring them in, they think they train hard or they're training right, and then they realize there's a whole nother game. So, that's, I think, been his biggest thing, is just getting used to the training, that part of the training. But, I look for good things. I really do. I think he's got a really bright future if he sticks with it, and we never know, injury and different things happen, but I think he's got a bright future in it. Well, I think he can do whatever he wants to do.
I agree with you, and as you said, you never know what's going to happen, but the main thing is you just stay focused and do the very best you can, and every show is a new experience.
Yeah, and as bodybuilders, I do it myself sometimes, and it's more in fun than anything else. We always say, train harder, go home, lift big, or all these different sayings, but and you can attest to this, tearing triceps and hamstrings and breaking things, and just over the years you learn that train smart, and so that's what I try to pass on to everybody. It's great to come in here and bench 500 pounds or squat 600 pounds, but nobody have ever asked me when I went on stage, front double bicep, and how much do you curl? I mean, I've never been asked that. I've never seen it at a show in 30 years of doing this. And have you?
No, I'm not. And that is, and I have to.
I'm being funny with it, but I'm being honest. I mean, lifting a lot of weights, great and all that. We need to do it, but we need to remember we need to train smart. Not only eat smart, but train smart and do all the correct things to prolong our life. Otherwise, you end up like myself, and you start training, and every time you turn around, something's breaking down on you because you were pushing all that weight for all those years. It's a wear and tear on you. Now I'm in my early 50s, mid 50s, and things are always hurting. There's not a day where elbows aren't killing me, or my knees, or especially when the weather's like it is, and it's back to, pushing all that weight.
No, you're absolutely correct. There's a couple of things I want to comment on. That is that what you just said is correct, is that it's not how much you can lift, it's how you lift the weight you do lift, and that is to lift smart. Don't let your ego overtake common sense. And number two, this is a team sport, and people such as Bob and I and others are there to help support people like you, Neilson, and that is we're part of your team, and anyone that is successful has a team behind them. And that's where a lot of people, I was discussing this with one of my clients last night, and it says, you have football, baseball, basketball, which obviously there's a team there, but also you have sports like golf, sports like tennis, and other sports that you see one person out there performing against someone else, but there's a team behind those people. Tiger Woods had his father, Michael Jordan had his father. So many people, I could just go on and on, that have people that were role models, people that pushed them to do better, and if they hadn't been there, they would not have succeeded. And certainly not to the level that they have succeeded. So there is a team there, and that team is there to help you become successful. Is there anything you would like to say before we wrap this interview up?
Not really. I'm just really excited Like I said, it's my first show, so I don't know exactly how it's going to go. Probably going to be pretty nervous. Once I get my first show out of there, I'll be walking off stage, wanting to do my second one already. So he's told me a lot about the experience and like what happens up there on stage. So I'm ready for my show, and I can't wait.
Well, that's great. What about you, Bob?
You know what? I want to thank you for all you do, Prince. You do a lot, and I think a lot of that gets overlooked. And I mean, like you said, we go back longer than you care to remember, but I can't remember back that far. So, but you know, you do a lot, and I want to thank you for that personally.
Well, thanks, Bob.
You've always been there for me back in my competing days, and just you've always been there. You've always been a true friend, and not just to me, but to sport of bodybuilding. You know, and I want to thank you for that. You're a good person.
Well, thanks, Bob. That means a lot. And my whole thing, I was talking to a good friend of mine yesterday, that the whole thing is, it's just something I feel is the right thing to do, and it's something that I enjoy doing. And so, and the other thing is, you're a great guy too, and you and your wife and your son, your family, and you know, you've had us out at your home, and we always feel very, very welcome there, and that means a lot. And so I want to encourage everyone to continue to support us, support the sport, support the men and women that do this, because it's not about winning a trophy. Winning a trophy is always nice, but you are a true winner if you've done your very best, or what we call in powerlifting your personal best. You've done your personal best. You don't have anything to be ashamed of. So do your personal best. Stay tuned to our channel. Check out our supplements. Come and check out the Shrugs Gym, which is out in the Flower Mound area. Great gym, a great facility, great owners. And come and check out Bob's new show, December 6th of next year. And of course, the Central Texas Showdown. And coming up, our first show of the year will be in May, which will be the Optimum Classic that will be held in Shreveport, Louisiana. And the entire schedule for the 2014 NPC Texas will be at npctexas.org, as well as optimumfitness.com. That will be updated shortly, so you can check out the shows that are coming up for the 2014 year. This is Prince Harrison for the Optimum Fitness channel. Stay tuned.